Good evening, everybody. This is Michaela Peterson, and I am so excited to welcome our special guest, Miss Holly Morris, to the call tonight. Holly is a wife to Ryan and mom to two boys, athletic boys at that, age 16 and 12. And her background is in speech pathology, and she was also a former fitness instructor. She and her husband Ryan are founding members of the Pure Hope Foundation, which she's going to tell us a little bit about tonight. And Ryan is an executive director there, and Holly is a 50 Club national marketing director. And if you were at conference, it is a probable chance that she was one of your favorite speakers, if not the favorite winner take all at conference. I thought you were absolutely phenomenal, Holly. So thank you so much for joining us. And would you start by just sharing your story with us and what you love about Juice Plus?
You bet. Thank you. And do you want me to share more my product story, business story, kind of both?
Sure, do the product first, and then we'll go on to the business
Okay.
in a little bit.
Okay. So product story. Well, I was a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor on the side. It was just a huge passion of mine. Loved health and wellness and thought I was really healthy because I taught like 4 to 6 classes a day and I ate what I thought was a healthy diet and I felt pretty miserable a lot. Our family suffers from severe asthma and allergies, particularly me. And I just had it all my life. I've taken daily meds for it, 3, 4 meds a day, nebulizers, on the breathing machine, rescue inhalers. And, that's what I thought you did, just to kind of survive and keep up and try to still be an athlete. And another mom, just very, we didn't really know each other that well, but I was apologizing to her because we were about to have a meal together. And I was like, I promise I'm not sick. It's just allergies. you know, I'm like, I'm not contagious. It's just allergies. And she was like, oh, well, do you do anything nutritionally for that? And I was like, oh, I'm really healthy. I eat really well. And she's like, really? Because it seems like your immune system's kind of weak. Maybe it needs some strengthening. And I was like, so it was honestly, when she told me about Juice Plus, I was very skeptical because as a trainer, everybody wants you to represent their product, to take their product, And so I was just kind of like, oh, that's great. But I really liked her a lot and I wanted to be able to give her an educated no. So I said, just give me the information. And she dripped on me for a while. And I kept thinking, I need to look at this so I can tell her why, I don't want to do it. And so I took a look at it. And the more I looked at it, I thought, well, that's interesting. If it really is just fruits and vegetables, well, that makes sense. That research, I really do understand like quality research because of my master's degree in speech path of, gold standard research versus just research that they say they have that's published in a brochure on Wikipedia or something like that. So I was like, man, that's impressive, their research that they have, that gold standard quality of research. So I thought, maybe I'll just try it and kind of secretly take it. And within 3, 4 months, I just started to notice changes. And within a year, I was off all meds. And, I still keep a rescue inhaler around. It's not a miracle drug. Like I still have asthma and allergies, but my body's just so much stronger that typically I can fight it without it turning into bronchitis and, pneumonia and things like that. And sometimes without even having to take additional medicine. So that's kind of my product story. And I've been taking it now for 13 years.
Wow, that is so amazing. So God's Pharmacy in a capsule, right? Just fruits and vegetables in a
Absolutely.
capsule, but who knew they could help asthma and allergies? And of course, we know from all the research why it does that. So thanks for sharing that with us. I know at
You bet.
first the business did not appeal to you at all, and you quickly changed your tune. So tell us a little bit about how you came to love the business.
Yeah. So, like I said, when I first started taking it, I was kind of like a closet taker. I didn't want to let people know. Again, because I was a trainer, I felt like people should eat right. But what's interesting is that when you work with people and you're training them and you have people do food logs, you see very quickly that the people come in saying, oh, I eat really healthy, and the people coming in going, ugh, I eat terrible. None of them are getting, 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, raw in variety. Like it's just not happening. And so I knew that there was that gap there. And so as I started taking the product and had this amazing experience with the product, of course, it was natural for my friend who recommended it to say, look, you're already starting to share with people. People are already asking you what you're doing. There's a deficit. You ought to look at this business behind the product. So again, it was kind of like, give me the information, but I'm not interested. In my mind, network marketing had a bad stigma because I knew of other people who did it for other companies, and it was just not who I wanted to be. I didn't want to be known as this pushy salesperson. And she just kept dripping on him. But I didn't think of her that way. That's what was interesting, is I thought of other people that way, but I really saw her as someone who just cared about me. And she was genuine and real. And she was just trying to help me see how maybe this can meet a need in our life. And so I was open to it because of that, I think. So when I found out it was so low risk, I mean, $50 a year, hello, our family of four can go spend that, going out to dinner one night. So I thought, well, that's so low risk. And I am recommending it to some people at this point. I love the product. I want my family on it. I want my husband's family on it. Like, we should at least get our product paid for. And there's no quotas that I have to meet, so there's not going to be that pressure there. Okay, I'll do that. So I did that, and really that's all I did. I was just kind of a person who got our product paid for with a small group of customers for about 5 or 6 years. And then by this point, 5 or 6 years down the road, I had started to go to some events, and I started meeting the people in this culture and community. And I thought, man, I like these people. Like, these are people who, like Michaela, are pharmacists and doctors and lawyers and teachers and stay-at-home moms and coaches and, just people from all over that could be doing anything. And they were linking arms with this mission and this company. And I thought, wow. And they weren't salesy. They weren't cheesy. They were incredibly genuine people who really loved the product and saw that there was a really great business behind that product as well that was helping create financial freedom. And so our family moved towns, and I kind of thought, I wonder if I actually treated it like a business and I used this plan, this tried and proven system that they have and was coachable. I wonder if it could start to pay me like a business. And so we decided to give it a year and go all in. And my husband was really supportive at this point and said, absolutely, I'll do what I can on my end to help keep kids, or, be supportive as you go to conferences or whatever. And we'll just kind of see. And so I did that. And, the business has been everything from me from, like I said, just kind of getting a discount on my product, getting it paid for, to now we have a full-time income and benefits. And my husband, we chose that he would leave his corporate job about 3 years ago and fully support ourselves off this business. So it was, and I have to give him credit for really recognizing too that he saw this business as our retirement. Because, he's a numbers person. I'm not. I'm a connector. And so I saw that I could do this business and stop trading time for money by just loving on people, not being cheesy or sleazy salesperson or whatever, like just genuinely loving on people and just sharing it with them. If they want it, great. And if they don't, it's okay. We can still be friends, it's not just about the sell. And so I love that. But he really saw how, with a matter of 6 months, you can fast track to sales coordinator and start earning $500-$600 a month. Like, to draw that on a savings account, a 401k monthly, like the amount of money you would have to save in a bank. And then if you start talking about thousands of dollars to be able to draw that off interest, like, it's crazy. So he really saw it as retirement. And I saw it as time freedom.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know several of us on this call have come down to Texas and visited the Hope Home. And I know that Pure Hope is so near and dear to you and Ryan's heart. Obviously, we're on Catherine Lee's team, but still, there are a lot of really new people on this call. So will you talk a little bit about the freedom that Juice Plus has given you to do what you do now with Pure Hope? And then also tell us a little bit about Pure Hope and your mission there.
Yeah, so I love that y'all are on Catherine Lee's team. A lot of people think that I'm on her team as well, and I'm not. I actually met Catherine through this Juice Plus community, but I'm not in her downline anywhere. And we had a mutual friend. My upline was a mutual friend with hers, and my upline knew that our dream, Ryan and I, we always said, if you're asked that great question to dream big, right? If time and money and all of that, you weren't an obstacle, what would you do? And if you haven't answered that question for yourself, I want to challenge you guys. I hope if you were at conference, you did, because I challenged you there, to just answer that question and write it down and talk about it with your family and dream. I think that, a lot of us have, feel like we don't have permission to dream. Like we, for a long time, we're just in the rat race of life. Like you do the things that you're supposed to do and you work that job 8 to 5 and you try to save up a lot of money in hopes of maybe one day retiring and getting to do some fun things. And, that's what we were doing. And this business, people asked me that question and I started dreaming. And so our dream was to have some sort of camp and retreat center where we raised up leaders. We did family retreats. That's always been huge to our heart. Youth retreats, marriage retreats, ropes courses, that was our big dream. And so when Kathy Crockett, mine and Catherine's mutual friend, knew that about us, and then she heard that that was actually a component of Pure Hope Foundation, was in the prevention end of trafficking, to raise up the heroes' hearts of men, to unite the voices of women, to allow families to be families. Like every little girl wants to be seen. And so helping daddies learn how to really make sure their little girls are seen, like those kinds of things. She said, you guys have got to connect. You've got to connect. And so we actually met in Texas. And this was after Catherine, really had a vision for Pure Hope and restoration home for women of victims of trafficking, and then this family prevention piece. And they had found property in Texas that they were hopeful that would be the property that they would live this dream out on. And we connected with them. And honestly, we thought this will be so great. We can serve, we can give financially, hopefully. It's in Texas, it's close to us. We would love to be a part of that. And through a series of conversations with them, God just expedited that and realized that my husband especially had skills that they were needing in that ministry at the time. But what's crazy is that there was not a 501c3 created, like no funds had been raised. So we were faced with this kind of decision of, oh, wow, this would be awesome to do. But, we're in our late 30s. Like, that's kind of scary to take this crazy leap of faith and give up a really well-paying, he was working in a hospital system and, had a great job and was on kind of this upward mobility track. And so it's like, man, that's risky. But, because of this company, because we did have a national marketing director position with this company, we had full benefits for our family of 4. We had an income that could sustain us. We were, felt a lot more secure in saying, yeah, we don't know if you guys are ever going to be able to pay us a lick, but we want to do this. We want to come alongside you and see if we can make this happen. So we began this journey. We all sold our homes and we moved to this little tiny town out in East Texas. And every day we get to choose to, do this business and to live our passions. And so I just love how for us, it's been kind of a so that, this business has allowed us, it's created an income so that we can live out this life of passion. And so I'm just curious what that would be for you, each of you guys out there, and what's holding you back from doing that.
Oh my gosh, that is so inspiring. If you guys want to know more about that, you can get this book right here. Maybe I can't reach it. It's called Impacted by Catherine Lee. Honestly, it is my favorite book of all time. I think I've bought 42 copies now. So they're great Christmas gifts. In fact, interesting story, on our way back from the retreat in Texas, we met a guy that our flight was delayed a few times and we switched gates or whatever. And I ended up talking to this guy who is from Tyler, Texas, and he is a youth pastor there. And I gave him a copy of the book. And when we got to our, 2 hours later, he was already halfway through it, wrote me this awesome email about how that book has changed the way he is going to counsel because he's a youth pastor in Tyler, Texas. I mean, like an hour away from you guys. So anyway,
that's
so
huge.
cool.
That's
So,
awesome.
men, women, whatever, everyone loves the book. So thank you for sharing that with us. And then I know you absolutely killed it at conference. And one of my most favorite things that you talked about, other than your whole roller coaster journey, and if you want to touch on that, you sure can too, because we have plenty of time here. But you talked about an interview and, you now view this business way different than before when you started. But give us a little snippet of the interview that wowed so many at conference.
Yeah, well, thank you for your encouragement at conference. It was such an honor to get to speak from the main stage, and I just hope that it was a people were able to take away something. But yeah, the interview was definitely the most talked about part of it. And I actually have the whole thing recorded. I can share it with you guys if you're interested in that on a YouTube that you can use and share. But just to give you a little taste of it. So, I understood corporate America. I didn't really understand this network marketing thing. And like I said, what little experience I'd had with it left a bad taste in my mouth. And my sister-in-law, who actually had done it, she actually walked away in debt. Lost a car, lost a lot of stuff. It was really risky for her. And it was stressful every month. She was trying to meet these quotas, and that's why she walked away in debt, because she was like, I'll just put it on my card, And so I just had a real bad taste in my mouth. But I want you to think that you're in this interview, right? This corporate job maybe, or whatever job it is, you're walking into this interview and they ask you, well, tell us a little bit about what you're looking for in a job. And what if you were to say things like this, like, I'm so glad that you asked. I would love to get commission on every single thing that I sell, like, 14 to 22% commission. I'm thinking is going to be great. And not only do I want to get commission off the things that I sell, but I also want to get commission off the people that I bring on underneath me. Every person that I bring into the business, I want to make commission off everything that they sell as well. And what's really cool too is I would love it if I could bring into this business anyone I wanted, like all my friends and my family. I really want them to work here with me. And, as I work really, really hard, and I really love to earn bonuses. That's going to be really special to me. If I can earn bonuses, I'm going to work really hard for that. And I like a lot of recognition. And, to do well at this job, I'm going to need free training from some really prestigious doctors and nurses to make sure that I'm really equipped to do this job well. And when I make a promotion, I don't want ever to be demoted, no matter what happens. I really don't ever want to be demoted. I hope that's not going to be a problem at all. And a Christmas bonus would be awesome, like $1,000 every Christmas. I'm thinking it could be really, really sweet. And a benefits package, medical, dental, vision, long-term health care, college tuition reimbursement. I'm hoping all of this isn't going to be too much. And, sometimes I'm going to need to take vacation. It may be a week or two, but it could even be a month at times. And when I do, I actually am going to need to just get paid like I do always, just no gap in that payment there. Just pay me like you do every single month. Hoping that's not going to be a problem either. And so I hope you guys get the idea, right? And the list goes on. It's even longer than that. And at the end, to even say, but I want you to see that this is a two-way street. It's not just you giving to me. I want to give to you too. So I'm going to give you $50 every year. $50. How's that sound? Right? And they're going to be like, you're crazy. Like, no, right? That's what, it seems almost too good to be true when you look at our marketing plan. And like I said, the interview is even much longer. It goes on and on with a list of things that we want to ask from this company. And what's amazing is that is exactly what our company does for us. Exactly. Like, it's not exaggerated at all. When you hear the interview, it's not exaggerated. Like, it's the real deal. I can attest to it. Michelle can, or Michaela can attest to it, and Michelle can attest to it. Like, all of us can, that it really is what it is. There's not quotas every month. The company really does keep track of all of your sales. You don't have to buy inventory. The only Juice Plus I purchase is my own. It's only $50 a year. They keep up with it. Like I said, they bill the customer, they ship it to the customer, they collect from the customer. Really what they do for us is unbelievable. And so it's a gift. It is a gift that you have at your fingertips, maybe that is going to help you realize your dreams and help you live out your passions, whatever those are. But it's also a gift to share with other people. There's a lot of people out there miserable in their jobs. They're miserable by what they're doing because it has nothing to do with what they're passionate about. They're miserable because of the stress, the quotas that they have to meet, the stress that they have on them. They're miserable because of the community of people that they work with. They're not positive. They're not happy. They're not encouraging. And we work with the most encouraging, positive people. People talk a lot about this being a self-development course, this job, because we grow so much as people and personally. And it's not just because of the education we get from the company. That's one piece of it. But it's also because we have this culture and this community of people who's cheering us on. And they're saying, I believe in you. You can totally do this. Absolutely. And they're cheering us on. And so it's a gift. It's a gift for yourself as well to share with other people.
Oh, absolutely. do you remember this is off script, so forgive me for this.
No, you're good.
I remember a pivotal point when I started looking at what we have as a gift, and it changed the way I share Juice Plus. It changed everything. Do
Mm-hmm.
you, since you were such a, just save money on the product person, as was I when I came in, I was way too cool to share it with anyone at first. Um, did you have a pivotal moment that you can remember that your brain shifted and you realized what a gift it is?
Yeah, such a great question. I was just talking about this with my new NMD, and I'm actually going to share with you her moment because her moment's one that we both remember. Like, it was seriously like the light went, "Ah," right? Whereas mine, I know it happened, and it was this major, major shift because like I said, I went from thinking like, ugh, this is so not what I want to do with my life. It's not who I want to be. It's not legitimate. I would never make a profession out of that, to like, I believe in this so much. Like, I really don't know what you could poke at my armor to not believe in the product and the company and the community anymore, you know? But my new NMD, Stephanie Fletcher, she just walked the stage this last conference, and hers happened not that long ago because she did this pretty quickly. So just a few years ago, we were here. She was here in Texas visiting me, and we were sitting on this porch swing out here at Sailor Ranch. And Sailor Ranch is the property that we are working toward purchasing for the Foundation for Pure Hope, where we want to have these family camps and the restoration homes and all that. And right now we have one restoration home in town that some of you have visited. Thank you for coming and visiting it. We love having visitors and getting to show what the Lord's doing here. But um, anyway, we're sitting on the swing, and we're talking about Juice Plus, and Stephanie is one of these people that, you know, do you guys have those people that are dream team people for you? Like, they're people that you're like, oh my gosh, if they just ever would get it, like if they would just catch a vision for themselves, they would be incredible at this. Do you guys have those people? Yeah, I'm guessing you do. I mean, most of us do, right? And it's just like, if they would just get it. And so Stephanie was one of those people for me. And she just, you know, was always like, she saw it as my thing. You know, that's Holly's thing. That's what Holly does. No, 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 I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. But that's good for you. And so we're on this porch week, and I'm just, you know, trying to cast vision for her and help her see what a gift, you know, this culture and this community. And she was just like, Holly, I don't want to be known as this fruit and vegetable girl. Like, that's all I'm known for, is selling fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And I just looked at her and I go, is that how you see me? Is that how you see me? Like, truly, tell me. And she was like, oh, no, you know, no, not at all. But I feel like that's how people would see me. And I was like, okay, but do you think that's why I do this? Like, do you think that's my goal in working for this franchise? And she was like, no, of course not. And I was like, no, it's not. But look at where you're sitting. Look at this property. This is the goal. Like, this is what I'm going for. I'm working my butt off with this Juice Plus company so that we get this. And she just was like, it just changed, and kind of for both of us, you know what I mean? And then her eyes were just opened in a whole different way. And she started going, yeah, what if it could do this and this for our family? What if it, and then, like I said, we were actually going into an event, and at this event, she met these other people who she just fell in love with. And she was like, these are the most awesome people. They could be doing anything with their life, and this is what they're doing. And I was like, exactly. And it's not because they want to be known as a network marketer who sells fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Like, yes, that's part of what we do, but that's not the point. The point is, we're getting into people's lives. We're helping them get healthier. When you get someone healthy, like, you change their life, you know, and financially we're creating freedom for people. We're creating freedom for ourselves. We're like, it's just so much more than that. And so it was just a big aha for me. At some point, I don't remember the deal, but I remember for Stephanie and I, we were on that swing, and that changed everything for her. And within 2 years now, she's an NMD.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly what swing you're talking about. And
Do you?
I don't think I've ever been on such sacred ground. If you guys ever have a chance to go to Sailor Ranch, I just can't even describe I still have goosebumps thinking of driving on the property. It was phenomenal. So we just have a few minutes left, Holly, but will you tell us, anything else you want to add or anything else you want to say to bless us to close out the night?
Well, I would just say, this, you guys heard this at my talk. I mean, I think for all of us, whenever you think about what's holding you back, what is it? It all typically will boil down to fear. Some sort of fear about yourself, about other people, about what they think about you, about money, about like it usually boils down to fear. And so I just want to encourage you that it has no control over you. You have full ability and capability to conquer it. It's a decision to make. And my upline, Terry Luongo, she tells us this all the time. And she's like, it's not necessarily that you have a problem to solve, but you just have a decision to make. Like, do you want this? And then just, you've got to find ways to make it happen. We all have the same 24 hours in every day. And so it's just choices. It's just a matter of, managing those choices and finding some woven moments in whatever it is that you're already doing to be intentional about loving on people well. That's it. It's loving people well, whether it's helping them be healthier with our product or whether it's helping them have, a community of people who accepts them and encourages them. Maybe that's what they need, or maybe it's some financial freedom and helping them create. And all of it is good, and all of it comes together. It's a package deal. And but usually there's one of those three things that they really need in their life. And that is the gift that we want to give them. So I just want to encourage you guys, don't let fear hold you back.
Oh my gosh. So inspiring. Thank you so much. Michelle, did you have anything you want to add?
I just thank you so much, Holly. I mean, one of the things that I know everybody can appreciate, I think about our community at large, but especially as I sit here and watch you, and you can just feel your authenticity, you can feel your passion, and you can feel that you believe what you're saying. And that makes us believe it too. Because I know, I don't know if you guys, Holly and Michaela, as you started early in the business, but I was talking with somebody about this today, that sometimes you just want to say the right thing, right? And I don't know what advice you might give around that, Holly, but I just want to say thank you again for investing your time and sharing your wisdom. And we loved you at conference. You were amazing.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for having me on. And I do want to answer that question real quick, Michelle, if we have time, because that's kind of how I started my talk at conference. And I actually just got a Facebook Messenger today. And the message to me said, "Hey, Holly, would love to know how you respond to people who won't take Juice Plus, who are not open to it when you know it would bless them, when you know they need it. It's so frustrating that they won't listen, they won't take it. How do you respond?" And it goes to your point, Michelle, or your question of, we want the right words to say, right? We want the perfect word to say to that person that's on your dream team, or that person that you really want to take the trio or to do the shred with you, or whatever it is. And there's not perfect words, you guys. There's not. And usually if you'll just talk it out with someone, talk it out with your sideline or your upline, and whatever you're saying to them is probably what you need to say to that person. This is why I think Michelle would be so awesome at this business, because, and you start telling, right, your upline why you think she's so amazing and you want her, she's on your dream team, but I don't know what to say to her. And it's like, that's exactly what you need to say to her. And same thing with the product. And so my response to this person is that I know it's frustrating, but they are going to remember how you made them feel. And if you are frustrated and you are feeling like, you're just so disgusted that they're not open to that, it's going to come across, and that's what they're going to remember. And that's what they're going to walk away with. And so, my faith is obviously so much more than Juice Plus, but the walk has been so similar. And it's like, I cannot shove my faith down someone's throat. It is not theirs. All I can do is be me, and I can share why I love it and why I know that I know, for what I believe. But that's it, and then everyone else is on their own journey, and they have their own thought processes and their own things. And so kind of the same thing with Juice Plus. This is my experience with it. This is why I love it. And this is why I know it to be great for me and my family and the people I share it with. I would love for you to have that experience too. I'd love to answer your questions, but in the end, it's their decision. And so many people will come back around to you later. So don't burn that bridge. How you make them feel is so much more important than the words that you're going to say. So that's what I would say to that, Michelle, is just that, care so much more about how you make them feel than what you say, and you'll be good. You'll be good, whether they want it right then or whether they want it down the road, maybe later.
That is so good. I wish I would have known that years ago. Don't burn the bridge.
Well, I've had to learn the hard way.
Haven't we all? That's awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Holly. We appreciate your time and we appreciate your mission and we just appreciate your realness. I just absolutely adore you and we learned so much and are so inspired. So thank you so much. And you guys, if you're going to hop on over to our, I think we should call it like Money Making Monday or something like Better Your Business call, then we'll hop over to Michelle's line. This call is replacing our Wednesday night groups. So we'll see you over there in just a minute. Thanks a lot, guys.